Hey everybody, welcome back. Just taking another quick look at Eric's engine. Uh, they asked me to get another Solex for them, so I've got a Solex carb coming in. They said this one was new, and I can't tell exactly why it's not running real good. Every now and again you'll get a Solex that you just can't dial in. If that's the case, don't go crazy, because every now and again you'll get them and they just won't dial in. 90% of the time though, they work out okay. So I'm going to put another Solex on there. I did recently buy out a bunch of WO and YF carburetors. They have not yet arrived yet. Pretty good stash of new old stock stuff still in the box, still in the wrappers. I don't know what kind of condition they're going to be in when they get here. I don't know how the gaskets are going to be in there. I don't know if everything's all messed up in them. But I'll show you those when they come here. And so right now we're just going to leave this sit in the stand like it is. A couple days, hopefully I'll have the new carburetor. Put that on and get this guy running just how we want it. Okay, here's Joey's engine. We're finished bored, plateau honed. We've got a chamfer around each cylinder. Each piston is hand fit and numbered. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And even as good as manufacturing is today, it's still, you'll feel a difference. Like I tried number 1 in the number 1 hole, and I tried number 4 in the number 1 hole, and 4 was a little too snug, 1 was perfect. The hand fitting is the way to go. It takes just a little extra time. It's absolutely worth it to get the proper piston wall clearance, and after you do a few, you'll get the feel for it. But it really does make a difference, and you know, half thou or full thou difference really makes a difference. So this guy's going to be coming out of here and getting washed, and I will take you over and show you some other projects I'm working on. Okay guys, here is Hal's transmission transfer case. Transmission was quite messed up. I'll take you into second gear there. Very common cause of popping out of second, right there. Those teeth on the second gear, not the block, that's the blocking ring on that side. The teeth on second gear are pretty well worn out. Everything has a pretty good coat of rust on it. So we got a lot of transmission parts coming for Hal's Jeep. Transfer case gears aren't too bad. There's some leftover stuff from Eric's transmission transfer case rebuild. Case cleaned up nice. Transfer case cleaned up nice and clean in there. And just waiting on a few pieces. It's getting hard to keep things in stock. I'm going through so many transmissions and transfer cases, I can't hardly keep the gears in stock anymore. But Hal's coming along. He'll be together in no time. Just waiting on some gears. Okay, now here's a project that's been in here for a while, and this project kind of got away from me. This is for Mike, and he was able to locate himself a set of Terra-Low gears. We're going to bore the intermediate gear and put the shaft and Timken bearings in there for him. That's what he wants. We've got a new old stock front twin stick cap. We have an overdrive specifically designed for the Terra-Low gears. You can't just take a regular overdrive. Alright, you can't just take a regular overdrive and stick it in there. You need a Terra-Low compatible overdrive. Advanced Adapters still makes this. Terra-Low gears sometimes are getting hard to find, but Vance adapters, Terra-Low overdrive, which is very good. Putting together a T90C for Mike, and you can still sometimes find new old stock gears. They're different than a regular T90 transmission. 16 tooth on the input instead of 18, and different gears on your cluster. Herm, the overdrive guy, still has these. You could easily get them from Herm. Very high quality and easy to get. Now it's been a while, and Mike has been dealing with Matt. You remember Matt from around the shop here. Matt supplied us this big hole case right here. You get the big hole case. You really need a big hole case to put the Terra-Low gears in. And this is a single shift, and we're switching over to the twin stick, which is why Mike had just recently sent me in this. This is a new old stock, still in the Cosmoline or whatever it is. We've got some new shafts, shift shafts here, so that should go together nice. But Mike's been getting stuff from Matt. Matt brought me a disaster of a transmission. Complete mess. Gears. There's not much I can save out of there. Talking with both these guys, I thought I was going to get a decent transmission and just put the T90C gears in there, but this is literally a disaster. So this is what transmissions come in here sometimes like. Oh, there goes a compressor. Hang in there. Every gear is shot. Shafts are shot. I mean, you expect it when you rebuild them, but I did not expect the case to be as bad as it was. So we're gonna have to wash that one, sandblast it. It's super grimy. Probably gonna have to do the same to the transfer case. So it's gonna take just a little bit longer before I actually get going on here. And then if anybody's interested, I can show you how the Terra-Low gears go in. Nothing special about it, but they're a little bit bigger than the other gears. And basically I need everything in here. We've got the cluster gear, we've got the input shaft. I'm going to need a main shaft, I'm going to need first, second, synchronizer, bearings, you name it. It's all got to go in here. And to get this put together. So I'm working on it for you, Mike. Just hang in there. Just about have everything we need coming in. Okay, here's a sneak peek at Hal's engine. How filthy it is inside, which is good for us that there's still some grime in there. These are all dead bugs in here. They got into the entire engine. Valves were the worst part of this engine coming out, but I did get all the valves out. I have not gotten the guides out yet. That's going to be miserable. I basically had to get the pistons out with a block and a sledgehammer. Everything is in tough shape in here. I did get him already a new old stock camshaft because the fuel pump lobe is in real tough shape. Springs, valves, everything is got to be replaced. But we'll clean this. We'll get this cleaned up and we'll pressure test it and see where we're at. Okay guys, there's the last fender for that CJ5 body tub I got in the paint booth. I just ordered the paint yesterday. And he is going with an earlier color on that. He's going with the Luzon red on that instead of the President red. I think you guys know what the Luzon red looks like. It's an early 3A color, and my transmission stand I painted in some Luzon red that I had left over. But that's the color that he's going with on that CJ5. I like Luzon red. I don't know how it's going to look on a CJ5, but I really like the color. It looks great on 3As, but that's what he wants, so that's what we're going to put on there. And we'll go with a black windshield as usual on a CJ5. And that is going to be a urethane paint like we always use. Fender just needs a little bit of... I had to weld a rip there and a rip there, so we'll take care of that. I've got some primer coming in, some high build primer, and some paint for that. And I also was able to get a can of Miller spray paint. This is new Miller blue, not their old color. This is the new Miller welders. This is just enamel. I just needed that so I could do a spray out. I think you guys can see that. Okay, so I sent that off to my paint supplier, and they're going to match that for me in a nice urethane color. Not color, but nice urethane paint in that color. Let's take it outside and see what we can do. Now this is for the CJ3B welder Jeep, which I have not been on in a long time, but that's what that winch is going on. And that winch is going to be the blue color. And the whole body tub will be this Miller blue color. But let's see if we can take it out here and see what it looks like in the sun. There it is. It's a real nice color blue, but I wouldn't paint anything in enamel, so we'll get that in some single stage urethane. It'll be fantastic. So we're a long way away from getting that thing done, but I just want to get the color figured out, spray it on the winch, make sure I like it, make any adjustments, and then we'll have the formula. Okay, one more thing that came in is our adapter for the military CUCV. Get this open. That's your standard 12-pin military. And they make this adapter to go from your 12-pin to a modern 7-pin. It's just easier. I didn't want to hack up all the wiring and put in a different harness for a trailer and stuff. So I got this adapter. You can find those anywhere. They're easy to find, and they're well worth it. I'm having a little bit more of a bear of a time getting that truck registered than I was planning on. A lot of stuff has changed since I registered vehicles in the past. And the Connecticut DMV is giving me some trouble, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to get that figured out, and when I tried one avenue, it didn't work out, and when I finally get it figured out how I'm going to go about it, I'll let you know. But right now I am still not registered, still don't have that thing on the road. It's kind of bugging me, but just got to stay the course, and I'll show you what's going on as it happens. And speaking of military vehicles, I'm going to take you out and show you the latest one to come in and see what you think. It's kind of a beast, but let's go out there and take a look at it. Okay guys, I'll zoom you in on that latest find. There's the wreckers. And we'll walk over to this guy. Just your standard deuce and a half. but I'll show you what's inside. Okay, the back doors are real stiff on this. I got the right side open, but this side is, I got to get the hinges freed up. This is your intake air, the whole back of the vehicle. It's sneaky on that side. Whole back of the vehicle is your intake air. Mighty big radiator there. Okay, let's take a walk around the side. It's been kind of cannibalized. It's not a running rig at the moment. Make sure there's no bees in there. A lot of parts have been scavenged off this one, but transmission, engine, everything is still there. A lot of little pieces, but we're not so much worried about it running because we can tow it around with the wreckers and stuff. But let's go inside the body and see what's in there. I'll try and get this door open. There we go. Got a ladder here. Let's head on inside. Okay, the lighting isn't great. I think you can see we have a massive generator in here. That's where the back doors are. And I think you can see the fan, radiator, intake air. And it is a big Cummins turbo on it. This just came in. I didn't do a whole lot of research on what we got. It's got a panel over here. And that's a big wire. I was told, and I'm not sure, but I was told it's 100 kW. So I don't know anything about it right now. I don't know if it runs, if it turns over, or anything like that, but I was told that it powered up some town buildings and it worked fine. And I've got some research to do and figure out what it is. They call this the connection cabinet. Got a lock on it, so maybe there's good stuff in there. I'm not sure what's in there. Not sure what it puts out for power, so I've got to just chip away at this a little bit at a time. But I think if it runs, I'll have all the power I need for anything. There's our fuel lines running across the floor. I think that draws off the fuel tank for the truck. There's another one on the driver's side here. I'll show you when I go out. But You can't see it from here. Hopefully everything will run. It's been sitting for a while, but I hope everything comes to life. And if anybody likes this kind of stuff, I will show you the startup and making power with it. We got a big muffler on the roof. So there she is, another diamond in the rough that I couldn't pass up, and it's here, and we'll try and make the best of it. Pretty clean oil in there. We'll see if it cranks over, we'll see if it makes power, and we'll just chip away at it a little bit at a time. Make sure everything's good. Let's see what it does for us. Okay guys, now that I'm outside, you can see the fuel tank they put in for the generator, and it just fills. I don't know if you can see that. There's the filler cap right here, and they just hung it in there, and then they ran some lines right in across the floor and right to the generator. So it looks like a good sized tank. Should hold plenty of fuel. I don't know how much fuel it's going to eat when it's running, but probably won't come off idle for anything that I'm using it for. But you never know. So as time permits, I'll tinker away on this and show you what's happening. Okay guys, I'm still tinkering around a little bit with the J20. Here is the hitch I made for it. Got your main crossbar, which is 4x4 by 3/8 wall. I got that into some pipe clamps, and I'm just going to get that tacked in place. You know, across the top in a couple places here. I'll take the clamps off, get it welded up, and then get that bolted on. So I want to get the hitch finished up. I'll probably finish up the brakes. There's nothing I can do with the transmission right now since that whole messed up debacle with Monster transmission, how they screwed me on that. So I'm just going to kind of get it buttoned up. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to finish it or not. So I did a lot to this already. Not sure how much further I'm going to go. And I'm starting to sell off some of my fleet. So this J20 project, if anybody wants to take it from here, this is now for sale. There's a whole lot of parts that go with it. I'm going to finish up a lot of it. I'm going to get the brakes done, get the front axle back together, get some wheels back on it so it rolls around. I'll figure out something and get the right pieces for the transmission and get that in there if I can. I don't know how that's going to work out with Monster and the bank trying to get me my money back. But I'm going to finish up the hitch and stuff and take you around and show you a couple more things that are going to be for sale soon. Okay guys, it's hard to see in there. That is a very original 46 CJ2A, original Michigan yellow color, 7,000 original miles on it, not a speck of rust on the body. The full PTO system with the belt pulley, governor, got a back seat for it. It's absolutely one of the nice survivors left in the country. And if there's any interest in this, I'll take it out and show you. I do have a lot of interest from overseas, and I was hoping not to sell it overseas, but we'll take this out, give it a shakedown. I'll show you what it is. Anybody's interested in that, that's going. And we'll keep moving on. I'll show you a few more things for sale. Okay guys, you've seen videos of this guy before. This is my CJ6 tow truck compressor Jeep. And I've got it in a storage, the little storage box here. And this guy, it runs perfect. It's a good Jeep. You remember quite a while ago, if you follow along, you remember I had somebody helping me and we kind of got into a mess and messed up the hood a little bit. I'm working on getting that fixed, getting this guy cleaned up. I put an extension box on this for when I had my dog. She used to ride in the back. It doesn't work with the wrecker, you know, it's in the way, but it does fold down and come off. PTO compressor works great. Twin stick PTO. We've got a winch out front, we've got a compressor in the middle, we've got a winch for the wrecker, so a lot of controls in there. Dual wheel setup, super heavy duty. I built the entire body for this one. It's been a good Jeep, but starting to get a new fleet going, you know, with the snowblower Jeep, with the welder Jeep, so it's time to start moving some inventory. So anybody wants a oddball CJ6, that's a good rig. Okay guys, the weeds are kind of taking over, but I do have an early chassis here, CJ2A early chassis column shift. I've got an early tub. It's not in terrible shape. Full floating rear on this guy. Tub isn't in terrible shape. It's an early tool slot body, column shift body. Chassis going. Body tub is for sale. Anybody that wants to start with a nice early tub and early frame, that's going. Frame isn't in too bad a shape. Body tub could be saved if you were in the mood. Okay guys, we're in the trailer where the welder Jeep is. What you're looking at there is half a body tub. I was building this one. This is going to be an early tub. You can see I already got the tool slots in the side. I did not put the pockets in the floor yet. This is a early half a tub. I was building this for my friend Tremaine Cooper. I think you may have heard of him if you're in the Jeep world. Sadly, he passed away. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even want to look at the body anymore. I've got the front panels that go with it. Tool slot front panel. So this is for sale. I've got a lot of work in this guy. It is for sale, and like I say, it's got the tool slots in it already. Somebody wants an early tub to start with. Maybe if you want to get that other tub that I just showed you, I've got half a new tub to get going on. I don't know, but I got to start moving some things. I've got another tub, half a tub here. This was gonna be the welder Jeep tub. You can see it right here. That's got a super heavy duty 14 gauge floor. side panels, everything's there. There's the front side panel with the step. But now, since I'm putting the Cummins in the welder Jeep, I stretched the frame. That body does me no good anymore because it is a standard body, and I'm going to make an extended body. So that doesn't do me any good anymore. So that's for sale as well. Just trying to clean up around here. If anybody's interested, just put a comment below and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, we're all over the place again today, but one last thing I'll leave you with. Still working on that AMC 258 engine, and we are going to do some head work. And let's see if I can get you in here and show you these guys. We're going with 150 exhaust. It's a swirl finished valve, undercut. And it's a Chevy valve. 150 diameter there. Our intakes, we are going with a 194 Chevy valve. That's what they call a swirl finish here. The way it's swirl finished right there, it's hard to see. Undercut as well. 1 inch 940 diameter. And we have our beehive springs with the right spring pressure that I want. Being Chevy valves, you know, they come 8. We're only going to use 6, obviously, on the 258. So, I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing a 258 head built, because I know most guys just bypass building 258 heads and they go right for the 4-liter head. You can get very good power out of a stock 258 head if you do a few little things to it. And I could take you along for the ride if you're interested. I know I do a lot of Willys stuff, but if anybody's interested in seeing an AMC 258, you know, the block, not too much. We're not doing too much to the block. We're boring that, putting those Silverlight pistons in. Crankshaft, hopefully I'll have soon. And the head is where we're going to do most of our modifications. And we have the potential to pick up 50 horse just with the valve work. You know, obviously we got to get that in the seat and guide machine. We got to put new guides in. We've got to bore for seats. We've got to machine the seats. We've got to set our springs at the right height. There's a lot to it if you want to do a 258 head correctly. But I could take you along and show you what's going on. I kind of just have it tucked away over here right now. Here's the block. I haven't machined it yet. There just hasn't been a lot of time to do that stuff. And then under the towel there I have the head. We've got some oil pumps. We've got our brass freeze plugs. We've got all our seats and guides and stuff. Valve seals and whatnot. But just shoot me a comment. Let me know if you want to see the 258 head built. If you do, I'll take the camera along. If not, I'll just keep my head down and get it done, and won't show it. So I know we're all over the place today, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot of projects I'm trying to get done. You know, I'm out here constantly trying to get things done. Like I say, we're just waiting on a carburetor here, and need to keep projects moving through here. But if anybody's interested in anything that's for sale, let me know. Feel free to like the video, subscribe, tell a friend, pass along the video, and You know, like I always say, I'm always trying to grow the channel. So, anybody wants to see anything specific, let me know. And I think that's about all I got for you today. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on